Hello students, welcome to the class. Today we will discuss the second part of application of biotechnology. In the previous class we have discussed about biotechnological application in the agricultural field for better production of food and for increasing food qualities. And today we will discuss about biotechnological application in medicines and vaccines. How different types of therapeutic drugs they have been created and different types of vaccines are nowadays available for welfare of human society by the application of genetic engineering of biotechnology. Okay, so let's have a look. See, application of biotechnology in medicine and vaccine. Different types of application fields are there of biotechnology. First one is agriculture. In agriculture, for the production of transgenic plants, genetic engineering technique it is utilized, and that we have already discussed. Then second one is in the medicines and for the production of second generation vaccines also. Then third is gene therapy. Gene therapy is the genetic manipulation for the cure of any of the genetic disorders. Okay, that is then gene therapy. And for molecular diagnosis also there is application of biotechnology, and for the production of transgenic animals. Okay, so these are the fields on which biotechnical application is there for betterment of the society. And let's discuss about the application of biotechnology in medicines. Actually, how biotechnology can be applied for the production of medicines. See, different types of hormones, different types of enzymes which are beneficial for us, and we are suffering from many of the genetic disorders also. Like one of the example that most of the people nowadays are suffering from the type 2 diabetes, that is diabetes mellitus, which occurs due to the lack of the hormone insulin. And this human insulin hormone, it can be synthesized, and this can be available in a very cheap rate because of the application of biotechnology. This hormone is called humulin. Okay, human insulin, which is synthetic hormone. Okay, and what is the role of insulin, from where this insulin it is produced in our body, and all these things, let's have a look. See, insulin is the hormone which is produced from the beta cells of islets of Langerhans of pancreas. And pancreas is a heterocrine gland. It produces both enzyme and hormones, and there is a portion in the pancreas producing the three different types of hormones. Three different types of cells are also there in that portion, and that portion is called this glandular portion, endocrine portion of pancreas. It is known as islets of Langerhans, and it is made up of alpha, beta and delta cells. And the beta cells of islets of Langerhans, it produces the hormone insulin. This hormone, it is a hypoglycemic factor, means it causes when the glucose level in the blood is more than the extra amount of glucose in our blood, it is converted into glycogen. Glycogen is a homopolymer of glucose. Okay, so glucose units, they assemble by glycosidic linkages to form the glycogen, and such glycogen, the extra amount of glucose, it is converted into glycogen by the process of glycogenesis, and this extra amount of glycogen, it is stored in the muscles and in the the liver. Okay, so this insulin is a very it is having a very crucial role in our life. It controls the glucose level and is a hypoglycemic factor, and due to the lack of this insulin hormone, the person suffer from the diabetes mellitus, that is the type 2 diabetes. Okay, so this insulin, it can be also produced due to the application of biotechnology by genetic engineering. See, what is there? Insulin gene, it is present in the chromosome number 11 of human, and this gene it is extracted by the scientists, and this gene it is ligated with the plasmids, and this recombinant plasmid can be transformed into the bacterial cell. Such recombinant transformed bacterial cells can be cultured in large tank bioreactors for the production of huge amount of insulin, and such insulin it is undergoing the downstream processing processes after the genetic engineering, and by processing, purification and testing, all these insulin are nowadays marketing also. Okay, so let's have a look about the application in the medicines. This RNA technology, it has many applications for the production of safe and effective drugs, and about 30 different therapeutic drugs are available worldwide because of the application of biotechnology. Out of these 30 therapeutic drugs, 12 are available and nowadays marketing within India. Okay, so 30 recombinant therapeutic drugs all over the world, these are present, out of which 12 are available in India. And let's discuss about the genetically engineered insulin, how this is produced. As just I have told you, insulin, it is produced from the beta cells of islets of Langerhans, and it causes glycogenesis. Glycogenesis means production of glycogen, and it is a hypoglycemic factor because it reduces the blood glucose level, so it is called the hypoglycemic factor. Okay, And Benting and Best, these two scientists in 1921, they got the pure extract of insulin from dog pancreas. In 1921, these two scientists, Benting and Best, they have extracted the insulin from dog pancreas and it was applied to human body and it was also working. So for that, they got Nobel Prize in 1923. They got Nobel Prize in 1923. And insulin from cow and pig, they are also working in the human body, but this insulin structure is slightly different from the human insulin, so it is causing allergic reactions. Okay, so insulin of cow and pig, they are causing allergic reactions in human body. Then come to the structure of human insulin. Human insulin is a proteinaceous hormone and it is made up of 3 polypeptides in the proinsulin form. Proinsulin is the inactive form of insulin which is first formed. Then after post-translational modification occur and one of the polypeptide it is removed out and 2 polypeptides they join to form the active form of insulin. So see here, structure of human insulin, it is the active form. It is having 51 amino acids and it is having 2 polypeptide chains A and B. A polypeptide chain, it is having 21 amino acids and B is having 30 amino acids. And these 2 polypeptides, they are linked by disulfide linkage. Okay. So inactive proinsulin, it is having 3 polypeptide chains, just I have told you, A, B, C. Okay, out of that C polypeptide, it is removed out from the proinsulin during the post-translational modification. Means translation is already over. After that, the protein, they undergo certain changes. These are called post-translational modifications. And in the post-translational processing or modification, the C polypeptide is removed out, which is having 33 amino acids. And this A and B, they are attached to form the normal active insulin. The molecular structure of insulin, it was first derived by Sanger. Okay, and T. San synthesized human insulin for the first time. The synthetic human insulin was available by the work of T. San. Okay, so let's have a look about the structure of proinsulin. See here, this is the B polypeptide. This one is the A polypeptide. These are linked by disulfide linkages. And this is dotted structure. This dotted structure is the C polypeptide here. And this C polypeptide, it is removed out during the post-translational modification by the enzyme beta cell peptidase. This enzyme, it causes the removal of the C peptide during the post-translational modification. And this is the active form called insulin. This is proinsulin. It is converted into insulin. And production of human insulin by genetic engineering. How it was done first? Just I have told you that the chromosome number 11, it contains the gene for insulin hormone production. Okay, and these genes, these are identified by the scientist and these genes are extracted. These genes are what? These are amplified with help of PCR and these are ligated with the suitable vector. So see here, the proinsulin gene, it was the first recombinant production of transgenic insulin or the production of humanin. See, proinsulin gene, it was extracted from the human body itself and it was ligated with the vector. See, this is the recombinant vector now having the gene of insulin. This vector or plasmid, it is transformed into E. coli cells, and these recombinant transformed E. coli cells, these are what? These are screened, and these E. coli cells, these are pure cultured in large tank bioreactors for the production of huge amount of insulin. And then after, from the pure culture solution of this transformed recombinant E. coli, this pure culture solution, from that the insulin, it was extracted, it was purified, processed, tested with different types of animals, and these are marketed. Okay, means downstream processing is there. So see, this is the scheme. Proinsulin gene, it was extracted, ligated with the vector or plasmid forming the recombinant plasmid, transformation into the E. coli cell. By competent cell preparation, it is transformed into E. coli cells, and then the E. coli cells, they are maintained with pure culture, and then occurs downstream processing, that is for marketing. Okay, all these things already we have discussed in the previous classes. Genetic engineering, how it is done, and then downstream processing, the chemical engineering also I have discussed all these things. You can refer the links. Okay, then in 1983, one American company, Eli Lilly, it has prepared the humanin. It is the synthetic it is prepared from the synthetic genes, means the gene of A, the A polypeptide gene, and gene for B polypeptide. These are synthesized in vitro condition, and from these genes, these synthetic genes, these are ligated with the linearized plasmid. The plasmid was treated with any of the restriction endonucleases and simultaneously with the genes also. So these genes are ligated, the synthetic genes of polypeptide A and B. Separately, these are what linked with the linearized plasmid, and the plasmid is made recombinant. Such recombinant plasmid is transformed into the E. coli cells, and from the E. coli cells, differently polypeptide A and the polypeptide B, these are extracted and they undergo the downstream process from the pure culture, and these polypeptide A of insulin and polypeptide B of insulin, these are linked by disulfide linkage to form the normal active form of insulin, and this normal active form of insulin is really working, and it was a very good application of biotechnology for the production of humulin. Okay, so these all are the what we have discussed about one of the application of biotechnology for the production of medicine, and one of the example we have discussed about the insulin hormone. Okay, likewise different types of enzymes, different types of hormones, different types of antibiotics, vaccines, these are also available in the market because of the application of biotechnology, and this is for the welfare of the human society. And let's discuss about the vaccines. What exactly are the vaccines and how these are different from the medicines? Medicines are used after having the disease, but vaccines just for prevention of the disease we use. Okay, so what exactly are the vaccines, how they prevent causing the diseases? These vaccines, that they are containing the attenuated form of the pathogen which is causing a particular type of disease. Okay, and the vaccines, if these are intaken previously, means before infections, these vaccines are taken, and these vaccines, they create the antibody. See, such type of attenuated pathogens which are present in the vaccine, they do not cause the disease, but they trigger antibody formation inside our body for that particular disease. So when the real active pathogen, it infects us, then already the synthetic antibodies are there, synthesized antibodies are there in our body, so that we prevent the disease. And the vaccines are also such type of vaccines. See, the normal vaccines are called first generation vaccines, which are produced by conventional methods, but by the application of biotechnology, the second generation vaccines have been also developed. These second generation vaccines are more effective and are having less side effects. Okay, two of the examples I can give you, the hepatitis B vaccine and herpes vaccine. These are produced by the genetic engineering of, means application of genetic engineering, and these second generation vaccines really work better. Okay, and what is there? These vaccines can be produced from the plants by producing transgenic plants. See, what is there? Supposed to be the the antigen protein which is produced from the infectious agent, from the pathogens. This antigen producing protein coding gene, it is extracted from the pathogen causing a particular disease. Okay, this antigens are what? These are the proteins which cause disease in our body. Antigen is the foreign material, foreign particle which is not included in our body. This is called antigen, and for that antibodies, the self defense proteins are produced in our body during infection. Okay, so the antigen proteins, these antigen protein coding genes, these genes are extracted from the pathogens, and these genes are ligated with TI plasmid. We have also discussed about how to make the transgenic plant, one of the example, with the help of our Agrobacterium tumefaciens, the application of TI plasmid. So the tumor inducing gene or tDNA of the TI plasmid is replaced with the antigen coding protein gene of the pathogen, and such TI plasmid, such recombinant TI plasmid, it is transformed into Agrobacterium tumefaciens, and Agrobacterium tumefaciens, it is having the character of infecting the plants. So such bacteria, this recombinant transformed bacteria having the TI plasmid with the desired gene coding the antigenic protein. Such type of bacteria, these are infecting the plants, and now these plants are transgenic plants. Inside that plants, the particular antigenic protein, it is produced because of the expression of the gene present in the TI plasmid. Okay, and such plant products, if these are taken, these are eaten, then it also can cause vaccination and immunization in our body, and such vaccines are called edible vaccines. The plants like banana, tomato, these are also made transgenic, within which the genes, antigen producing genes are injected into the plants, so that antigen proteins are produced by these plants, and such plants like banana and tomato, as these are eaten raw without any cooking, so the antigen protein, it is also working in our body, and it is triggering antibody production in our body for a particular disease. So such type of vaccines are edible vaccines, which are also produced by the application of biotechnology producing the transgenic plants. Okay, so this is means different examples I have given you. Many more examples are also there. So this is the application of biotechnology on the medicines and for the production of vaccines, and for the betterment of society for treatment. Okay, thank you for watching. Share and subscribe my channel for the upcoming videos. Thank you.